So this is a Seeburg 3W100 from 1960. It's a bit different than the one I just sold in that I'm going to have the dancing colored lights on this one rather than just leave the incandescent lights in there the way it had been. It has just two wires coming out of it like all of them do, one to jack into the audio system and one just to turn it on and off. You can see that the multicolored LEDs just slowly will go through the spectrum if there's no music playing. But as soon as you choose a song, for instance, I'm going to choose Kokomo by the Beach Boys, A5. So A5. You can see that the audio is jacked, in this case jacked into Haltech Lansing computer speakers, which work out really well. This thing will fill the room with the subwoofer. I'll keep it turned down now, but you see that the music will trigger the change of lighting here. Similar to the ones that I have in my 160 selection units that are also for sale. This is from 1960, a little bit earlier than the stereo consolette 160 selection. This will select 100 selections. There's would have been 50 records in there originally in the jukebox that this was connected to. Of course, now you don't need a jukebox. Everything is self-contained within here. All the MP3 player and everything is within here. You just need to have an audio system that you can drive. Computer speakers work great. Could also go into a stereo. So what happens here is you can select any of 100 of these songs. Of course, they're hits on both sides. Used to be only an A and a B side where you'd only have one good song generally on a record. So you have 100 selections. But if you hit K0, the last one, it'll go into a mode that was never on a jukebox, and that is a random selection. It'll pick randomly from all the music that's contained on the SD card that's within here. What I do actually is to put a full 200 selections on the card, of which only 100 are selected by here. But when you go into the random mode, any of these 200 songs from the 50s and 60s will be played. And I find that that's the mode that I most often operate it in, and I think most people do. It is possible to change the selections. You'd have to change the title strips, and you'd have to pull this apart and get to the SD card and change the MP3s that are on that SD card. I can provide instructions for that, but most people find the selection of 50s and 60s music to be just fine, particularly after I throw the extra 100 in there in the random mode. So this will probably be a one-off. I only have maybe one other of this type of wall box in my collection, and I think I'm going to do that over the way I just did the one that sold earlier, and that is with just the standard lighting the way it was. So this will be a one-off with the extra lighting. Thank you.